Thank you, Senator. Senator Cotton.
Thank you all for appearing today for your testimony. General Greaves, let's talk a little bit more about boost phase intercept. I will reveal that I'm a major proponent of this technology at the outset. In the boost phase, missiles are big and they're hot, so easy to detect, and most importantly, they're over the bad guys' territory, not over ours. But they don't come from just anywhere on Earth. There's a limited number of countries on Earth that have this capability and the intention to challenge us, and that boost phase intercept is at risk. Two obvious candidates are Russia and China. But is it fair to say that boost phase defenses are not really suitable against that threat because those countries are so large and they can position their missiles so far inland?
I would say, sir, yes. There is a geographical component of it. Boost phase intercept is, if not ideally, well suited to, say, the Korean Peninsula, very slim, where, as you say, they can't go far back. Those
are the magic words. So since Russia and China are not really susceptible to effective boost phase missile defense, where is it? North Korea. Maybe Iran as well, but North Korea is where it's really suitable. We talked about lasers earlier. I want to come back to those in a bit. What is the agency doing to explore the feasibility of airborne hit-to-kill defenses, specifically on UAVs? What kind of technology gap do we have today, given what we're already capable of doing with the UAV in air-to-ground attack, that might help neutralize or at least mitigate the North Korean threat?
We are doing technology development. That is the phase of acquisition that we're in, looking at both directed energy components as well as most likely taking advantage of air assets, which will already be in the theaters in support of other mission sets executing by the COCOM, to look at those assets as either sensors that can be fed into the command and control battle management system within our ballistic missile defense system, or as shooters. They could be platforms for a new breed of fast interceptor weapons that if placed appropriately or closely or in the right position would be effective boost phase intercept capability.
Yeah, so big fan of manned aircraft as well, but manned aircraft have men and women in them, so they have limitations, right? They have to land, they have to eat, they have to sleep, so on and so forth. UAVs do not. How high a priority is it for the agency to explore the possibility that we could put an effective airborne net over the Korean Peninsula with UAVs, both sensor platforms and armed platforms, in international waters that could potentially prevent North Korean missiles from ever getting off of the launching pad?
It is a high priority within the Missile Defense Agency, and the phase that we're in now is the technology piece of it. For instance, directed energy. Can we get to directed energy in just a moment? So what is the gap, given what we can do with the UAV and air-to-ground attack right now, what is the gap of taking that kind of demonstrated and deployed technology and deploying it in that kind of system against North Korea, and rather than aiming it at a terrorist's home or car, aiming it at a North Korean missile on the launch pad? The full answer will have to be coordinated with the combatant commander, but the gap or limitation is numbers and altitude and duration for the platforms of interest. And we have been doing some preliminary work on that over the past few years. And again, we're not talking directed energy, but doing things such as beam pointing, stability, duration, and pseudo CONOPS development on it. But the actual placement above, around, in vicinity of the targets, that's a COCOM decision.
Okay, I just think it's an extremely high priority, and most people probably underestimate how close we are to that kind of solution. I know that's not the long-term solution. That's why I want to put directed energy or lasers to the end of the conversation. I know that's a little bit longer, and that's ultimately the right solution, I think. Right. Once lasers get shrunken down so the power source can actually fit on the aircraft like that, and I strongly support that as well. But I think that we have a real opportunity in the very short term, not a matter of months, but not a matter of decades either, to, if not neutralize the North Korean threat with airborne boost phase systems, at least severely mitigate it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you,